Welcome back to another video. So basically it's the last week of the month. Our pantries are almost empty. I know it's every mom's feeling, wondering what to cook to feed the family, making meals that can last a whole week before we do grocery shopping. So I'm going to share with you how I've been managing stretching my groceries, these last ingredients that are in my kitchen, to make wholesome meals to feed my family for almost a week before we do our major grocery shopping for the month. So kindly subscribe to the channel. Usually I like to keep my kitchen well organized, especially this last week of the month. Everything feels so busy and overwhelming, trying to keep a clean kitchen, thinking of what to cook. So the best way for me is washing and arranging the dishes. It gives me a moment to think, and plan carefully as I'm tidying up. Even that moment that I'm not doing dishes, I try by all means to arrange my dishes so that I'll be able to think carefully and calculate my things on how best I can work things on. Then I also check what's left in the pantry, even the smallest ingredients, like cereals. We still have oats and grown up. This can be turned into meals that can stretch throughout the week. So it's good to keep on checking your pantry, what's there, because keeping everything in order not only makes things easier, but also helps me to feel in control. I'm still shocked that I have a 5-liter jar of rice. We were having our traditional rice. As a family, we are leaning more on traditional food. So we have introduced Sunday traditional day, like traditional food, munga, shiyo wheat, trying to reintroduce the healthy path in our family. We still have peanut butter and some sauces that we can use to eat our food, so for breakfast we're going to have jio nedo vinema oats. Then we still have some onions to give flavor to our food, yes, and to make our food really rich and tasty. So I love to check the other drawer, like what's there, because I also try to organize my food so that everything is kept nicely without spoilage, and it makes me feel in control and ready to feed my family with what we still have. I've also started to introduce a day where we can eat traditional food as a family from morning to evening. It's really healthy and it's something that my family is really enjoying. So I try to keep a basket that is called SHAMI'S traditional pantry, and it's really helpful because look at that, we still have our sun-dried cabbage with tomatoes already. So this packet, you can just open it, boil until it's tender, add a little bit of salt and peanut butter, and then we can prepare our sadza, ratio. We can have our traditional meal. We still have same, and that's what we are going to prepare today. Remember, it's the last week of the month. So these are the things that I do. It can be small habits that you can develop. So let me know what like the journey that you can try to take or that you are thinking to do in your family so that they can, eat healthy and try to keep that traditional food in the family. So for me, I keep a SHAMI'S traditional pantry in the house, a basket full of ingredients. We still have some fruits, 2 to 3 apples, some pawpaws, here and there. Then I like to support local friends. I've got a friend who is doing amazing. I got fresh eggs from a friend's farm. So guys, you can check it out. The whole family will be enough. You guys, I'm really super excited. Only $5. I got all of this one. And look at that. I cannot tell you how happy I am. Look at all this chicken. They lay fresh eggs. So it's all thankful to Can Farms at Tino Sparks. She's really doing amazing. So it's good to support your friends. You know what? She's selling fresh eggs. So you guys, you can kindly contact her and support her sister. She delivers, especially in Harare. So kindly support a sister. She's doing really amazing work. So I got my fresh eggs from a friend's farm and I'm so super excited. Then let's check my fridge. You know what, when it comes to checking the fridge, it's good to check what's still in our lunch boxes. Sometimes we meal prep and we leave the food in the lunchbox after eating, leftovers here and there. So you know what, we can reuse the food to make breakfast, and using what's left in the fridge is a good way to stretch our meals. You know, in our deep freezer we still have some chickens that we got, as well as we are trying to keep our own chickens. We also add on some few packets of chickens for the family throughout the month. Then the other thing that I love to do is to have a basic meal that we can make and freeze. So for now we have slaughtered our road runner from our chicken coop, and I also picked some eggs there besides supporting my friends, buying from them. That's what makes good relationship with your friends, supporting each other, because oh my goodness, they're doing really amazing. When you see good people doing amazing, you support. That's what I do. So even small things, can make a difference. I'm making chicken stew and I'm going to bake so that we can have it maybe 3 ml. So as for breakfast today, we are having bread and eggs that we got from my friend. I'm super happy about that. And together with my daughter, she's really enjoying the breakfast. So these are the simple things that I do. Kindly subscribe and share what other things that you try to do, especially when this the last week of the month, waiting for your grocery money, waiting for grocery shopping, etc. What is that thing that you do? So for now, I'm going to make same to eat tomorrow with my family for breakfast. That SHAMI'S traditional pantry ingredients. Yeah, it saves us a lot of money. We prepare meals that are really rich. The matter is not about is it store bought. No, we make it from scratch. We make our own semp, and then we buy a cup of nyemba, that's cowpeas, and then we can make our delicious healthy semp to eat for breakfast. So we are trying to lean on our on healthy options as a family. So kindly let me know how you go about trying to get your family to eat healthy meals. So yeah, that's what we are doing as a family. Then I also remove my last October's meal plan so that I can adjust it and make a new one based on what we still have in the kitchen, looking at what we have checked: the pantry, the freezer, the fridge, the fruits, like all the corners that we keep some ingredients. We make sure that we look at that. And then later on, we're going to look at our fresh vegetables from the garden. It really helps us to stretch our meals further. The proteins that we can plan for the week, the leftover grains. I love to do all this because it really helps me, and I can feel more organized and in control of the kitchen. Sometimes we are lost. Only when it's evening, then we can think, now, what can I do? Now that all is done, the pantry is well organized. This is the list that I have come up with. We still have sada and chicken, some vegetables from the garden, rice and chicken, of course, because I've already made the chicken, and steamed the cabbage. We still have half cabbage in the fridge. Salsa and cabbage, like that sun-dried nedovi, yeah, it's something that we can have. Rice and beans, 1 lunch box of pre-cooked beans. Then for breakfast, bread and potato soup. I've noticed we used to have 3 to 4 potatoes, oats and samp, etc. So let me stick it to my fridge so that I know what we're going to cook. So living a simple life, doesn't mean that we need to have everything. Generally, it means that with whatever you have, you can live that beautiful life, yeah, that you want. You can be thankful. It makes your month end easier, trying to stretch every ingredient that you have whilst you are busy working on planning your grocery shopping, budgeting, etc. So this is the end of my video. I have noticed that most of us as African mothers, we buy more ingredients whilst we still have some in the kitchen. So stretching what we already have is not just about food, it's about care, love, and resourcefulness. So kindly subscribe to the channel and remember that we need to organize what is left, in the house. We organize that and make some meals. It helps us to prevent, wastage of food, and it always makes our cooking so much easy. So kindly subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to like, comment, and share. So this is my sustainable garden that I'm trying to grow. It's really hot outside here, and sometimes the vegetables don't do well, but as for now, it has recently rained, and my greens are growing so well, and I'm super excited. They are chemical free. It's just organic food. Growing my own food, it also helps me to stretch my budget. So anyway, guys, see you in our next video when we are going to do our month-end habits. I'm going to share with you my monthly habits after this video. So kindly subscribe and join the family SHAMI'S home. Until in our next video, guys, I love you so much. Bye.